Hi everyone! So, this week I was wondering what should I do for my video. Then I had an idea. I'll give you a clue. Have you guessed? I am disguised as Link from The Legend of Zelda, and that will be the subject of the video. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these are tights. So, I kinda look like Peter Pan with a sword, or maybe a ballerina. Now, let's comment the video games. There's a lot of things that I liked, but there was also a few things that I disliked in these video games. For instance, one of the numerous things that I liked in Ocarina of Time was the character of Sheik. He always come up with very wise words. What I have in my hand is a Nintendo GameCube controller. It's written right here. This is very old school. It was from the time where a controller needed a wire to work. Oh well, let's play. In this scene where we are at the ice cavern, Sheik appears and he starts to say that the Zorat people is sealed below the ice. And then he came up with a wise sentence like, "Time passes, people move, like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth," etc. Then he uses lyre to teach us a beautiful song called The Serenade of Water. Now, let's talk about the chronology of the games. As you can see here, I have a few, but I won't speak about all the games that were made in the past or will be made in the future, and I will just talk about the games that I have in my hands. So, first of all, the creators said that Ocarina of Time is the first in line in the chronology of the games. Then it is followed by Majora's Mask, because the Link in these two games are the same person. Then after they said that The Legend of Zelda and Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link were timed like after these two games. It is not precised when exactly, but eventually the games separated in two different timelines. One of which where the hero is victorious, and one of which where the hero is defeated. When the hero is defeated, like he dies in any given moment of the game, it leads to the Wind Walker, and it was followed by Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. But when the hero is victorious, it leads to Twilight Princess, only this game. There was no sequel after that one. But eventually the creators released another game based on the Legend of Zelda, which is named The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. And this game is set before Ocarina of Time, like a few centuries before, which makes him the first in the chronology. So it's very confusing actually. But I think that the thing that I disliked the most in my life was the Water Temple. Ah! As you can see, the Water Temple have 3 floors. 1, 2, and 3. And there are some places, like this one over there, where you can decide to increase or decrease the water level in order to access to some doors, like this one, and this one. But Eventually, I realized that this temple is a giant puzzle. And when I realized that, I was literally like this. Now, let's talk about The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. There was two things that I thought were pretty funny and one that annoyed the hell out of me. Let's start with the funny things. As you can see, this game is a side-scroller, exactly like the Mario Brothers games on the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, for those who doesn't know what that means. On the contrary of the other games who were part of the Legend of Zelda franchise. Here that's annoying. As you can see, there's like a mini games where you can have some experience, but just annoying because they pop out of nowhere. But let's go to the funny place. There, it's a village where we can meet some people, the most famous being this guy. Here, we can talk to him and he say, "I am error." What does that mean? Is that his name, or is he saying that he is an error? Or maybe it could be a glitch from the game, but nobody knows exactly. In every village you can speak to a lady in red, this one, and she say, "Please, let me help you. Come inside." I can restore your life. Well, if this is what I think it is, I'd say that he did came inside. Now I am in a cavern where a shrinkling rocks is trying to kill me because everything wants me dead in this game. And oh, I'm dead. Game over. Okay, I'll start again. What? I have to restart at the beginning of the game instead of the entrance of the cavern? Fudge brownies! Later, I learned that you can see inside the caverns by using a candle instead of the lantern in other Zelda games. But in order to have this candle, you have to go to a temple. And in order to go to that temple, you need to go through the caverns where you can't see shit. Sorry, I mean nothing. So, it sucks. And also, in Ocarina of Time, there was a creature that scared me a lot when I was younger. So, let me introduce it to you. The monster that terrified my whole childhood was the Redead. This is a zombie-like creature who let go a very high-pitched scream to paralyze you for a few moments. And when I had to face this when I was a kid, I was like... I think that the thing that I liked the most in this game was the music. Because sometimes it's very catchy and sometimes it's very soothing. For instance, when we are in the Lon Ranch, during the day there's always a little girl in the middle of the ranch named Malon, who's always humming a song named Epona's song. You hear that? It's soothing, right? I think that the soundtrack of The Legend of Zelda was my first interest in music. Oh, speaking of music, like some of you knows, besides from acting, I also sing. And during the month of February, with my singing class, we will sing and act some scenes from musicals. So, if you are interested, you can ask me some question in class. So, have a nice day. So, did you guess? Now let's comment the video games. There's a lot of things that I liked, but there was also a few things that I disliked in these video games. I forgot what I was about to say, but the thing that I think I disliked no, it's too much tea. I'll change the sentence. I missed the bottle. Ah. But I think that the thing that articulation is very important here. Later, I learned that you can see inside the caverns by using a candle instead of the lantern in other Zelda games, but j'ai eu un rot qui s'est tombé dans la gorge. It fucking sucks!